What's up, everybody? It's your girl D here with 8th House Energy, here to do a reading for the gods of fire. This is for the men of Aries, Leo, Sag community. Alright, masculine energy, the men of Aries, Leo, Sag, the gods of fire for the month of May 2022. I hope all is well with you guys. Thank you so much for coming to check out the channel. This is going to be a general read, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. If you would like a personal reading, feel free to reach out. My information is in the box below the video. Alright, we are in Taurus season right now, so we're taking a look and seeing what's going on. We're in some major energy shifts right now. We're in between eclipses. You know, we just had the Taurus new moon partial solar eclipse energy occur last week, and in about a week from now we're going to have the south node in Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse, right? And these energies are going to be very potent with us. They're setting off the next 18 months for the north node in Taurus, Scorpio, south node energies that we're all going to be in as a collective. So we're going to just get a little bit of energy here and see what's going on with you guys. I did readings for you for the North Node already. I will be doing the South Node, so make sure you check those out. Go into whatever playlist of the sign that you're interested in checking out. Alright, and watch that. The goddesses readings are up. So the goddesses of air, fire, water, and earth are already posted. So if you are interested in checking that out, make sure you go to the respective go to the 2022 playlist, and you'll see them there, okay? Or you can go to any of the signs that are consistent underneath that exist underneath the elements. It's what I'm trying to say here. So what am I using for? Okay, I know what I'm using. So I'm just getting the cards ready, because with this particular spread, I like to use a lot of different decks because I want to try to get, you know, as many different types of messages for the collective as possible. So just bear with me while I get these cards out. I like to shuffle the cards in front of you guys. Sometimes with this particular reading, I will do the main cards first and then turn on the camera as I'm doing the secondary cards. Only because it's time consuming, but I figure I could just give you some information while I'm getting these cards out. Alright, so we're almost done here. We'll put that there. Alright, and then one more. And of course, I'm not using a lot of traditional tarot in these readings. If I need to clarify these more, I'll pull some tarot. But I'm using different types of decks. Alright, so I have the Symbolin deck. I have the Oracle, the BuzzFeed Oracle deck. I'm using some Uno cards. I'm using the Mixed Emotions deck. And I'm using the Gypsy Oracle. Alright, for those who care. Now, let's take a look. So the first column here that we're doing, that has to do with what's going on in the private life or your personal feelings. You know, maybe you, and this is something that you're concerned about, basically. So what's going on in your personal feelings for the gods of fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, man. And then the middle column here represents what's going on in your career, money, and finance. The third column represents what's going on in your family life, your love life, your social life. Now, we also have, not only do we have 3 columns, we have 3 rows. So the top row represents the current situation, what's going on at the time in those areas. The middle row represents a challenge you may face in those areas. The bottom row down here represents a possible solution, all right? So let me get my books ready, because I got 2 decks I'm learning. So let's talk about the private life of the gods of fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. So the first cards, we have the current situation. We have the energy of the golden girl, okay? We have that clarified with the side energy, all right? The challenge in this situation talks about enviousness, okay? We have that clarified by Delivery Brown, and I will clarify these cards for you, don't worry. The solution to this situation that you have on your mind, that you're dealing with privately or personally, is to tap into the 8th house energy, which is the scorpionic energy. And then we have the 3 of Wands. Okay. So let's take a look at this particular card here. The current situation, the golden girl. So with the Golden Girl, we're dealing with the energies of Taurus, which is ruled by Venus, and we're dealing with the energies of Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. Now, Mercury, as of May 10th, will be in retrograde up until like June 2nd. But, you know, we have the pre-shadow stages, which we're in right now. And then we have the post-shadow stages, which last approximately 2 weeks past that. So Mercury is going to be in retrograde in Gemini. And then we got the Taurus North Node energies going on, all right? So this is talking about the Golden Girl. So some of you may have a Golden Girl in your life, but let's see what this definition for the Golden Girl is so that you can relate it to what's going on in your world. So the current situation in your private life, the Golden Girl. So this talks about Cinderella, feminine completion, presentation of values, Grimm's, Petchmarie, I don't know what that is, the blue stocking, the beautiful and the ugly. So we're dealing with the beautiful and the ugly. But basically what this says is deep down, you feel inferior. You suffer from low self-esteem because you think someone either makes you appear plain and inadequate or that this is how you really are. Both suggest you get hung up on making comparisons, something that can only make you lose in the long term. As long as you try to increase your self-esteem by appearing attractive, you will remain a prisoner on this plane of self-portrayal. In essence, you don't believe in yourself. You feel inferior. So for some of you, you could be going through a situation where you're basically comparing yourselves to others. You're looking at what's going on, what everybody else is doing, and you're trying to live up to those expectations. And no wonder you're unhappy, right? Because it's not going to work. You can only be you, right? So you're looking around, looking at what all the other guys are doing. And you're looking at like, okay, well, you know, why don't I have this? Why can't I have that? Or you're looking around at everybody else's woman, seeing the type of woman they got, and maybe you're jealous of that because you can't get that type of woman. All right. We have that clarified with the Psi energy. So, you know, you could be sitting here reminiscing about maybe what you had or wishing on what you had in reference to this Golden Girl energy. Now, the challenge is you're feeling envious. So like I said, for some of y'all might be looking around at somebody else's relationship or somebody else's happiness, or basically trying to compare your life to someone else's in the energy of being envious. And if this is not you, then you're dealing with somebody who feel this way about you. They're envious of what you have. It could be the relationship that you have. So you just want to be careful about that mindset, because if this is how you are feeling, you're never going to be happy trying to compare yourself to everybody else. You know, trying to live up to other people's expectations, or basically trying to mimic what everybody else is doing, right? So with the envious energy, we have that clarified with the Delivery Brown card. Now, the Delivery Brown card talks about being impatient, eager, and restlessness. So there's some envious energy that you are experiencing because you're comparing yourself to others, wishing you had what they had. And what it is it's rooted in envy, okay? And you're very impatient or angry or frustrated because you don't have what somebody else has. Okay, as far as a girl, I feel like it's a woman. It has to do with a type of relationship or a type of woman. Now, maybe there was a woman that you dealt with in the past, and this was the it girl for you, the Golden Girl for you, and perhaps she's no longer with you, and as a result, she could be with somebody else, because the side card here, you could have lost her, you know, based on maybe you guys broke up or something like that. Or like I said, you're looking at somebody else's relationship and what they have, and you're envious and jealous of that, and you're growing impatient and eager, you know, to do something about it. So what the universe is suggesting that you do, all right, as a possible solution, is to tap into your 8th house energy and then the 3 of Wands. So with this 8th house energy, this is all about this is 8th house energy is all about merging your energy with somebody else's. Okay, so if this was somebody you dealt with in the past, you could be secretly sitting here trying to figure out what this is just basically making a plan. The 8th house energy is, you know, about your emotions and your feelings and keeping things under wrap on the low. The 3 of Wands is all about making plans, or, you know, trying to put something in place, or you took a particular action and now you're waiting for your ships to come in. So you may have done something on the low with the 8th house energy, some hidden movement that nobody knows about. And now with the 3 of Wands, you could be sitting here trying to see if that comes into fruition. Now, I don't know if you did something and acted out of jealousy, or somebody acted out of jealousy towards you and they're trying to see if this comes into fruition. But let's get more clarity on this, because this is a concern, okay? Now we're getting deep, okay? So let me get some clarity on this situation. So again, this is either a situation here where you're feeling inadequate because maybe you don't have the person that maybe you had a relationship with someone and that relationship is no more. Or you're envious of somebody else's relationship or somebody else's connection that they have. And now you're trying to figure out, there's some jealousy and envy here, okay? There's some jealousy and envy. I don't know if it's somebody that you want or if it's somebody you had already, or if you're just jealous because you don't have what somebody else has. All right, but let's just deal with that. Let's deal with the energies here. And this is not going to pertain to everybody, and we still got other situations to talk about. So if this is not your story, just bear with me while I get this out, and we'll move on. Like I said, for some of you, this may not be you. This could be somebody who's feeling this way towards you, and they may be doing things on the low that you don't know about to try to steal your girl. Okay, so you need to be careful and pay attention. Now, in reference to the current situation, this person, not being happy. Yeah, they're depressed with the moon energy in reverse. Now, since that's a major arcana, I want to clarify that. So somebody could be depressed about the fact that they don't have the girl that you want or the type of girl that you want, or you could be depressed because you no longer have this woman, or you don't have this ideal woman in your life, and you may see this ideal woman or ideal relationship with someone else. Or like you may have a friend or a family member who has an ideal relationship that you're jealous of, or the person you were with stepped off to be with someone else. Yeah, Five of Swords energy in reverse. Okay, so with the moon and Five of Swords energy in reverse, this is an energy of you feeling as if you can't win. You lost in a situation. Maybe there was some type of strategy. There was some strategic move that you may have taken that didn't work. I don't know if you were, listen, this could be a couple of different things. There definitely is an energy of depression here. There's a different energy of somebody feeling upset because no matter what they did with the Five of Swords in reverse, it didn't work. Maybe you weren't able to keep this woman if you had her, or maybe you had a woman and you thought she was the one and she turned out to not be, and she stepped off. Maybe she stepped off with someone else because there's a jealous energy here. Okay, and then we have that jealous, envious energy and that impatience clarified with the Five of Swords upright. So we're dealing with the Five of Swords reverse and the Five of Swords upright. So there's some type of strategy or some type of strategic movement that somebody is making out of envy or out of jealousy. Either you're doing this or someone's doing this to you in reference to your relationship. Okay, now I don't know if this doesn't even have to be about a relationship. You could have a daughter and there could be somebody who is jealous and envious of your daughter's relationship with someone else, or a mother figure. Maybe your mom is in a relationship and the man that she was with is not happy about that, that she's moving on. So just pay attention to the women in your life and the connections that they're in, especially if they're in new connections. Mercury's in retrograde, so a lot of people are reminiscing about past connections. But then again, for most of you, this could be you reminiscing about a past connection that didn't work. But there's a lot of jealous, envious energy here. Yeah, and then we have the Ace of Spades clarifying the outcome here. So this is, somebody having to deal with the reality of a situation, having to accept the fact that, whatever they did or whatever they didn't do didn't work, or whatever they're doing is not working. So if you are in a situation here where you're jealous of somebody else's person, and this is a person you never dated, you're just jealous because, oh, he got a girl. Why he got a girl like that? How he get a girl like that? You need to focus on what you need to bring to the table so you can get yourself together and attract the women you want. And from what I understand, as far as a man is concerned, if your priority is just attracting women, you don't got your priorities straight. Your priorities as a man, if you are a divine energy, a divine masculine, your energy is to make sure that you're able to produce. That's what your energy is. Because once you produce, the women will come, right? Somebody got it backwards here. Somebody's worried about chasing chicks and mad because they can't get the chick that they want. And part of the reason that that's not working is that, you know, you need to focus on the 8th house energy, okay, which is to get your money right. This is deals with other people's money, other people's energy. So this is all about you focusing on your money, getting your money right, right? Putting plans in place, making sure that, you know, whatever you did, because the 3 of Wands is an energy of putting a plan in place and taking action and then watching everything come into fruition for you, right? And then with the Ace of Spades here, this is you getting the reality of what you put out there. So whatever work you did behind the scenes is gonna eventually come out. So if you're not working on, you know, building your empire, making your money, you know, taking your income stream to the next level, and you worried about chicks, you know, you got to get your priorities straight. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship right now and you have somebody that a lot of guys are envious of, you got to be careful because her ex could be trying to come back in the picture again. It's Mercury retrograde. So, you know, just make sure you keep conversation with her, see where her head is at, make sure she's good and satisfied with you. All right, because she could just be, and it's no fault of her own, because it's Mercury retrograde. Some of us, a lot of us, could just be thinking back about relationships we were in. If it's no more than just comparing them to what we were doing then versus what we doing now. So you want to keep your girl good, you know what I'm saying? She gonna reminisce, you know, because that's what women do sometimes. Men do it as well. Sometimes when we get into the energy of reminiscing, we think back about the relationships we were in. All you got to do is be better than the last 2 or 3 dudes she was with. That's all you got to do, and you'll be good. So if you concerned about your girl, you know people looking at your girl, eyeing your girl, just make sure that you focused on, you know, grinding, putting that work in, bringing in money, income, because women are going to gravitate to a man who can protect and provide. I'm going to just keep it 100 with you. So, you know, women don't gravitate to men who chase women. Not real divine feminine women anyway. Divine feminine energies don't gravitate to men who are players and got women all over them. They don't gravitate to that. Lower level females gravitate to that. You know, a divine feminine is looking for a provider and a protector. All right. And as long as you out there hustling and getting what it is that you need to get and making sure that she's okay, she's taken care of, she feels protected around you, she feels like she can come to you when she needs something, then you doing better than the dude she was with. All right. So that's that. So just be careful, you know, because if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then, you know, the ex is there scheming, trying to get up in. Okay, so best believe that. All right, so if you stole someone's girl, if you Mr. Steal someone's girl, you know, homeboy could be trying to figure out what's up with you, and you know what I'm saying, y'all could be going back and forth because this 5 of Swords is here for a reason. So I don't know if, you know, you stole someone's girl or you trying to steal someone's girl, you sneaking on the low, trying to do that. Because for some of you, that's what's showing up here. You trying to steal someone's girl, or someone stole your girl and you trying to get her back, or you something like that. All right, but you know what your situation is. Focus on that so that you're able to do what's best for you. Let's get to your career, money, and finance. Gods of fire. So the card that we have for the current situation talks about. This is called Deliverana. We have that clarified with the surprise energy. The challenge is being vulnerable with the penguin energy. And a possible solution to this is tapping into the Aquarius innovator energy, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so let's see what this is all about. Let's take a look with your career, money, and finance for the Gods of Fire. All right, so this talks to me about a rebirth. Some of you could be starting a new career. You could be considering starting a new career, or maybe starting your own business. Maybe you just started your own business and there could be some type of surprise that comes up, or maybe people are surprised that you are changing paths or changing direction. But let's see what this card talks about here. 45. All right, so Deliverance. I don't know what I said, but it's Deliverance. So the energies we're dealing with Deliverance talk about the Cancerian energy, which is ruled by the moon, and then the Aquarius energy, which is ruled by Uranus. Okay, so this talks about emotional release, leaving childhood behind. Okay, cold freedom, insecurity. exile from the homeland. So some of you could be considering, like I said, with career, money, and finance, some of you could be deciding to move, to relocate. Some of you could be starting your own business, but there's definitely a change here. So this talks about you don't want to accept the passing of a secure phase. Growing is long overdue, and it is high time you hatched from the egg. The protective shell may be well, I'm sorry, the protective shell may well have to be opened or broken open from outside because you are too frightened to choose to leave narrow boundaries. Okay, and then we have that clarified with surprise. All right, so what this is telling me is that something is going on with career, money, and finance that's going to be out of your control. It's going to propel you or push you in the direction you need to go in. So I feel like this is like an energy of maybe like a tower moment almost, right? But this is an energy of you not moving. Like, you know how a baby is doing 9 months? It's like you still in the womb, you know, where they have to induce labor because the baby's not coming after 9 months. So it's like, wait a minute, we got to get the baby out. So for some of you in career, money, and finance, they're coming in to pull your ass out, okay? Because you're not making moves, you're stagnant in the area as far as career, money, and finance. You're not making the money you need to make, or you're not taking things to the next level, and you're not happy where you are. There could also be some type of emotional attachment or just being afraid of moving. But there's something that's going to come with this surprise energy that is going to propel you out of the stagnant energy that you're in. Some of you know it's time for change, but for whatever reason, you just stay in this situation. The challenge is you feel vulnerable. You're afraid to move. That's what that Cancerian energy is. And then the Aquarius energy is like, nah, it's time for forward movement. Okay, so with the Cancerian energy here, your emotions may be attached to the situation. You're afraid to move on. But with the Aquarius energy, Aquarius is all about forward movement. So you got to get past that emotional situation, and you're going to get some help doing that in some way, shape, or form. Something is going to come up with a surprise energy that is going to help to move you forward. Now, the reason you're going to need this help is because right now you're not moving because you're feeling vulnerable or you're afraid to do so. Right? And then we have the challenge here, which is the penguin. Let's see what the penguin is about. So with the penguin energy, we're talking about order, uniform, and systematic. Okay, so you could be feeling like things are okay. You may feel like, okay, well, I need to have things in a certain order. I need to have things in a certain place. Things need to be aligned a certain way in order for me to move. So that could have been what was causing the stagnancy in you moving in your career, money, and finance part of your life. Okay, so maybe you're like, oh no, I gotta have this aligned, I gotta have that straightened out, I gotta have this straightened out, and so you holding on to that is what's making you vulnerable, right? And so what the universe is saying is, nah, you know, what you may call you need to have in order, or the things you're talking about you may need to have in order, are the things that are actually holding you back. So a surprise is going to come through to push you out of that energy. And what the universe also wants you to consider taking into consideration, what they want you to take into consideration, resolving this is, yes, using that Aquarius energy. The Aquarius energy is showing up here again. It's time for you to move forward. Whether you want to or not, it is time. And things are going to happen to push you. So if you're feeling pushed to move your job, to move out of your job, if you're feeling pushed to do something different with your business, if you're feeling pushed into dealing with, you know, maybe you have people coming to you asking you to partner, but you may not want to partner. It could be that maybe partnership could be good for you, or maybe you are in a partnership and now it's time for you to separate and do your own thing. There is something going on in your career, money, and finance that is propelling you to change, but you may be feeling afraid to do so. Okay, so what the universe is saying is you still got to tap into that Aquarius innovative energy. You could be feeling stuck. Also, you know, like I gave the example of the baby in the womb for 9 months, and then after the 9 month period, no cramps are coming, you know, no labor pains are coming, so the baby's not coming out. Some of you are going to have to push yourself, okay, and to go into environments or things that you may not have done before, or do it in a way that other people have not done. Aquarius is an innovative energy. It's an energy that is forward movement, and it may this innovative energy with Aquarius, the real thing about it is that most people won't understand it. Okay, so what's going to happen is you may be questioning, you may have a great idea, but you're stagnant on it because you're like, oh well, this has to be in place, that has to be in place, this has to be in place. But the universe is like, nah. The universe is like, no, move forward with what you got. All right, because with the Queen of Pentacle energy here, just put the work, time, energy, and effort in, and it's going to be financially lucrative for you. So that's beautiful energy. So don't think that you have to wait. This has got to be right. This has got to be that. No, the universe is like, nah, because that's what's holding you back. All right. So let's clarify the surprise and see what this surprise could be. What is the surprise that could be coming in to help you to move forward, whether you want this surprise or not? But something is going to propel you to move because you're stagnant. You're using all types of scenarios and situations as to why you can't move forward yet. When the universe is like, nah, now's the time. Yeah, see the King of Pentacles. So you could be in a financial situation right now that's very secure, very stable, something that you worked long and hard for. Okay, with the King of Pentacle Taurus energy. And the Taurus energy, sometimes you kind of get stuck. One of the negative aspects of Taurus is being stuck. You could be in a situation where this job provides a lot of financial stability. It also could be a job where you don't have to do a whole lot, but you make good money. And so the universe is like, nah, but there's no challenge here. It's like you've been here forever at this job. You may have acquired a lot of time here. You acquired a lot of money, but it's not challenging to you. And the universe is like, nah, you got to use that Aquarius energy because I need you to be innovative. There's something that you're able to do that nobody else is able to do based on the experience that you've had. Okay, in this position or in the jobs that you've had, the various ways that you make money. So it's like you're sitting back, you're fat, you're comfortable, and the universe is like, nah, it's time for you to do something else. I got more for you. And you're like, I'll do that later. I'll figure that out later because here's the Queen and the King of Pentacles. You're like, nah, I'll do it later. And the universe is like, nah, we need it now. So clarify this penguin energy because this is the energy. Okay, here's the Three of Pentacle energy in reverse. So this could be you working with people who are holding you back. I feel like it's people who are holding you back, or it's the lack of work that you're putting into the situation with the Three of Pentacle energy in reverse. When the Three of Pentacles is upright, this is all about, okay, let's sit down, let's figure out what we need to do, blah, 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 blah. You're saying that things need to be in order and in a certain way, but you're falling back on that Taurus energy and you're being a little bit lazy and you're not putting the work in. You're taking longer than you need to get it done, is what the universe is saying. So with this Aquarius energy, the universe is like, nah, it's forward movement. You gotta get your mindset, get your mind into it, right? And then we have the Six of Cups. Yeah, so this is all about the past also too, and just thinking about the Six of Cups with the scorpionic energy. The sixes represent forward movement. But this is all about letting go of the past. It's like, in order for you to be successful, and you will be, I feel like some of you are afraid that you won't be. You're afraid that if you step out into, so this could be you working at a job all this time. You got all this experience. You got all this knowledge. You could take, and you're financially stable. You could take this knowledge and you could take it to a next level and do it in a manner which somebody else is not doing. For example, you could do it online, because Aquarius energy deals with the internet. So for some of you, you could go online and do this. But maybe you're uncomfortable because maybe you think with the Three of Pentacle energy it won't work, or you don't know how much work is involved. You think you got to do this, you got to do that, and you got to do that. And for some of you with that Aquarius energy, that's not the case. All you got to do is just go ahead and just jump in. And I feel like that's what's going on, because these are contradictory energies. The King of Pentacles and surprise. The King of Pentacles is an energy of someone who took their time, energy, and effort to plan things out. They're very careful. They're very thorough. Okay, the surprise energy is all about the blue. That's Aquarius energy as well. That's Uranus. Uranus rules Aquarius. We got Aquarius showing up heavy in your career, money, and finance situation, saying that you need to be an innovator. You need to step out and do what other people, you have the idea, you have the thought set, you have the money to back it up. You have the talent to do it. It's just you're not doing it for whatever reason, because you're coming up with excuses, or you're scared. You're scared it won't be received. You're scared it won't work. The universe is like, yo, it's going to work. Do it. So let's talk about what's going on in your love life, your family life, and your social life. So we have the energy of, this is interesting because this is Aries and Cancer energy. Okay, so this is the energy of defiance. And you see the mother here, and the child is like, no, I don't want to. right? So this is what's going on in your love life, family life, social life. There's some type of defiance going on. And with the gift energy coming out in reverse, it could be that you're seeing that something is not what you want. Now, the challenge in this situation here is to be encouraged. So you may be having challenges of being encouraged, someone pushing you to do what it is that you need to do. And then we have that clarified with the bubblegum energy, and we'll look up that. So what the universe is saying that you need to implement into your life in order to get past being encouraged is to tap into this Virgo energy, right? With the Knight of Pentacles. So this is Virgo on Virgo. Okay, so this is all about putting in work, all about fixing what needs to be fixed so that you can have forward movement. It may take some time, but you need to focus on it. All right, we got a lot of pentacle energy here in reference to you putting plans in place, trying to figure out what it is that you need to do, and doing it in an organized, structured way so that you're successful in whatever it is you're trying to go through. So maybe you're trying to work from home. Okay, I get that energy as well. All right, so let's see, 36. So Defiance. So this could be about your children too, because we're talking about your love life, family life, and social life. So maybe your kids are being really defiant right now. But this is the Cancer energy, which is ruled by the moon, and then the Aries energy, which is ruled by Mars. So this is a destructive child, rage, runaway, seething anger, hatred for the mother, rejection of femininity, clarified with the gift energy in reverse. So for some of you, maybe you're having some problems with your baby's mother or your wife, you're married, maybe you guys are having some issues with parenting. That could be the case. The challenge is you feeling encouraged about it. Okay, about what's going on here. And then we have the bubblegum energy. So let's take a look and see what this bubblegum energy is. So bubblegum is clingy, inseparable, and attached. So for some of y'all, your kids spoiled as hell. Okay, or maybe you were spoiled by your mom, and now it's time for you to, some of you may not respect your mother, you may not respect your child's mother, because of maybe how she gets down or how she behaves. But for some of you, you may not respect the way that your child, your wife, or your significant other, or your ex is raising your child. Maybe you feel like they're raising them in a very to make them very clingy, very spoiled, things like that. So a possible solution to this would be to tap into the Virgo energy here with the alchemist energy and the Knight of Pentacles. So this is an energy of making your child work for what it is that they want. Okay, because the energy of Virgo is energy of service. Okay, so your children may want some things, and they may have been spoiled, and so now it's like, no, you have to teach them, like, no, if you want something, you got to earn it. Okay, so maybe your children were spoiled or are spoiled, and you're trying to instill in them, like, nah, this is not how this works. Money don't grow on trees. You're of an age now where you need to understand that if you don't do what you're supposed to do, there's going to be repercussions. So I feel like this is an energy with the gift energy in reverse. And this child energy here, this is a child who's upset because they can't have what they want with the gift energy in reverse. They can't have what they want. They're spoiled. And so, you're trying to teach them it's all about work. So maybe your children are at an age now where they need to start considering, or you're going to start considering maybe allowance. It's like, okay, well, if you want certain things, if you want money and you want certain things, now you need to understand the value of money, and you need to understand that you got to work for it. So this is what you do in the house, and you'll get money for it. I grew up in that type of environment. I think a lot of us have, where our parents gave us money. We had to do chores around the house, and they gave us a little bit of money to do those chores. So, maybe that's something that you may want to consider if you hadn't already. Maybe you're trying to teach your child the value of the dollar, or you're trying to figure out the best way to go about it. For some of you, it could be that this child, you could be with a woman and the child is not yours, and this child is very spoiled, and you're trying to figure out how to work with the child's father in reference to instilling and teaching this child that they got to work for what it is that they need. Okay, let's get some clarity on this. What's this gift energy in reverse? Some of you, this could be you. Yeah, here we go. The Page of Pentacle energy in reverse. A child who needs to learn value and needs to learn worth, and they need to learn how to earn. Okay, because with the pentacle, the page of pentacle upright, this is a child who's willing to work. You see the child sitting there working to earn their money and save their money, and they're counting with the abacus. I think that's an abacus, or some type of financial prehistoric financial counting system. And you see the bucket underneath the table where this person is, because they're working to earn their money. And in reverse, this is somebody who maybe just gets what they want because they ask for it. They don't, and they throw in a tantrum because they can't have what they want. All right, let's get some clarity here. So I don't know if this is how you were when you were a child, because this could be about that too. And you reminiscing about how things happened with you as a child, and you don't want that for your child, or you see that, demonstrated in whatever child you have in your life. You could just be a teacher or somebody who runs a daycare or something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be with your child. It could be with a family member's child. You're seeing that this child is spoiled and rotten, and it's time for them to learn how to earn money, and what it is that they need to do if they want money. Yeah, here's the Queen of Wands energy in reverse. So, being encouraged to try to fix the situation. You may feel helpless in a situation. You may feel as if, no matter what you do, it's not working. And it could be because if this is your child, maybe the other parent is just not seeing it the way that you're seeing it. Okay, or maybe you're like, nah, I want my child to have whatever they want, and the other parent is like, nah, you need to teach this child to earn their money, or you need to stop spoiling them and stop giving them everything, because they're to the point where they're being defiant. They're upset when they can't have their way. Yeah, here's the nine of clubs. So yeah, this is someone who is you're trying everything you possibly can with the Nine of Wands. That's what the Nine of Clubs is, the Nine of Wands. You're trying everything you possibly can to work with this situation, because the Queen of Wands energy in reverse here, this is the challenge. So this could be somebody that you are no longer with, and you guys are co-parenting. And that could be the case. Or even if this is not your child, this could be maybe the woman you're dealing with. Maybe she's a very spoiled individual and she was that way coming up. But there's somebody here who's spoiled, and it looks as though if it's not you, then it's somebody you're dealing with. But somebody needs to learn that they got to earn. Now I learn to earn because I'm righteous. I feel great. So maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. If I strive, then maybe I could stay alive. Like, that's the energy I'm feeling. It's like this person got to learn to earn. And if maybe it's you, maybe you hustled when you was a kid, or you just, maybe you came from an environment where your people had money. And so now you're getting a little bit older and things are not going the way you want. And now you got to learn to earn, especially if you're trying to be righteous. But that's what some of you are dealing with, all right? Whether, just put the people in place and the scenarios in place in reference to the situation so that it relates to you. If you're dealing with that, you already know what it is, all right? So let's get some divine timing cards. So we got next spring. So something going on next spring. So we're talking spring 2023. That's too many. We just need 2 more divine timing cards. So any of these scenarios or situations could relate to these time frames in the mornings. Okay? So maybe some of you think about these situations or scenarios in the morning. We got Cancer season. All right, Cancer season is on the way. All right, we're in Taurus season. And then after Taurus comes Gemini, and then Gemini comes Cancer. So Cancer is June 21st through July 20th, something like that. July 19th, July 20th. So we're talking summertime. All right. So underneath the deck, we have Sag season. So some of you, something may be in this situation may be significant to Sag season. It could have been Sag season last year. Sag season is November 21st, something like that. November 19th, 20th, 21st through December 21st. All right, because Capricorn season starts December 21st. So let's talk about your money. Now, money that you're going to have coming in besides income. So we'll see what that'll be. Or money that you're going to be spending besides, what you normally spend for your regular bills. So it's going to be one or other or both. So we'll pull 3 cards for your money situation. All right, this is the Kings of Fire, or the Gods of Fire. the men of fire, but it's the gods of fire is what this is entitled. All right, Aries, Leo, Sag for the month of May. What's up with their money situation? One more card, please. Thank you. So we have credit score. So some of you could be working on your credit score. So this could be what this financial situation could be about. Is it's going to take time to clear up your credit. Because like I said, with the King of Pentacles here, there's something that's going to take time, energy and effort or hard work that you're going to have to put in to get it fixed. We also got the Virgo energy over here with the Nine of Wands energy, double Virgo energy. So there's something that is going to take time. You're going to have to put work and energy in. So this makes sense. It could be for a credit, to fix your credit score. Also time, energy, and effort for business formation. It takes time to build the business. So like I said, some of you got the expertise, you got the knowledge, you got the experience, and you may have the money, right? To do what it is that you need to do. For some of you, there's an online, working online or making money online is going to be good for you. Because I get with this also, what I'm looking at with this Three of Pentacles in reverse is like, how this could represent a traditional brick and mortar job, right? It's in reverse. So maybe some of you, like I said, you could, it could be about going online, working online. And then we got broker, financial advisor. Okay, so y'all about this dollar, all right? You about getting this business situation straight. You feel like maybe this is what it could be. It could be that you're trying to get this business situation off the ground and you're feeling like, okay, well, I got to dot my I's, I got to cross my T's. This is what this penguin energy is. So you could be feeling the challenge could be, I'm vulnerable. I'm feeling vulnerable about getting this done because I got all these I's I got to dot and T's I got to cross first, and because it's not in a traditional work environment. So you're trying to figure out what the rules and the regulations are in reference to forming the business to do that. So again, I feel like this is just you having to put your head into the books, or, you hiring somebody, expert, or just doing your research to find out what it is that you need to do and how you need to do it. But this is beautiful. This is what you're spending your money on. So ain't nothing wrong with that. You're spending money to make money. I like that. That's what's up. All right. Now, let's see what's going on with love for some of y'all. Now, love could be anything. It could be a one-night stand to the fact that you married for 20 years and you got 8 beautiful grandkids, or 8 and 3 beautiful great-grands. It could be anywhere in between those lines, okay? So we're going to pull 3 cards for that. Okay, so we got fate. So there's a relationship that you're in that's here to teach you a lesson. Okay, this relationship that you've connected with, it's meant for you to connect with this person because there's a lesson that needs to be learned. Okay, this could be what the situation is over here. Okay, in reference to you trying to get along and co-parent if you're separated, or just about raising your child, something like that. That could be the case, or it could be something about this relationship over here that you may have been in, the situation with the jealousy and the envy as far as another woman is concerned. And here we go with that obsession. Okay, so some of y'all are obsessed with somebody else's woman. Somebody could be obsessed with yours. All right, or it could be just an obsession as in trying to get somebody back for taking your girl, or y'all don't know. Y'all know what this is. Yeah, and then somebody's on different pages. This could be in reference to raising your child, in reference to teaching them the value of money and how to earn. All right, so you could be on different pages with that. This could be, you and your business partner. Y'all could be on different pages in reference to how to expand the business or take things to the next level. Different pages in reference to you and, whatever the situation is going on with this woman. Okay. And underneath the deck, we have vulnerability. So somebody can be you can be completely open and honest with this person. So for some of you, it could be about the raising of your child and what you want your child to learn or know in reference to earning money. You may want to, there could be an energy of you feeling vulnerable about, okay, well, I want to express this. Some of you are with the Nine of Wands, you're trying to figure out different ways to express this. So it could be some vulnerability on that end. Now, let's take a look at a self-care card. All right, so some of you need to practice some self-care. We all do. So let's pull a self-care card for you and see what you need to focus on for the month of May for self-care. This is for the kings, the gods, the men, but the gods of fire. This is for May 2022. For Aries, Leo, and Sag, masculine energies. All right, the possibilities are endless. Okay, this is a beautiful energy here. So this says focus your attention on what could go right. Now, when you learn to imagine the best case scenario, you will enjoy and experience it twice. That's deep. I never even thought of it that way. So you imagine the way you want it, and then as you imagine it, you are putting work in to get what you want, and then when you get it, it's just as sweet. So you imagine it sweet, and you put the work in, and then you get it sweet. So you get it 2 times, all right? You get to enjoy the experience twice. So start thinking about what it is that you truly want in reference to this business. Start thinking about what it is that you truly want in reference to the type of woman you're interested in. And start thinking about what it is that you want in reference to how you want to raise your children. Think about the idea. Look at the end result of what it is that you want, right? Imagine that, soak in that energy, right? Sleep in that, you know, what is this? You had a card that talk about in the mornings. So for some of you, you get your downloads early in the morning. Before you even get out of bed, you're just sitting there thinking about things. This is what you want to start thinking about. The end result. How do you want it to be? Right? Start your day off like that. Before you even get out of the bed. Before the alarm goes off. Some of us wake up right before our alarm goes off. And you just be in the zone. Start thinking about the way you want things to be, right? And then at that point, that'll give you the incentive to get up and, you set the tone for the day. Like, okay, this is the way I want it to be. So whatever I'm doing today is going to be steps towards this end goal. That's beautiful, all right? So let's get one more card for advice, one more oracle for advice, and we'll wrap up your reading. Oh, truth be told. Okay, so somebody's got to accept the reality of a situation, or somebody needs to speak their truth. So speak up is what I'm getting here. This is what the Ace of Swords is all about too. Over here in this situation where we're talking about the golden woman, the golden girl. All right, so somebody needs to speak up. So I don't know if there's a woman that you would need to talk to and let her know how you really feel. All right, and what your plans are and what your intentions are. Maybe you wasn't saying nothing. I don't know. But somebody needs to speak up and or accept the reality of a situation. Somebody may be having difficulties accepting the reality of a truth. And by the book. Okay, so this is talking to me about legalities, following the rules and regulations of things, doing it by the book. Whether it's, you filling out for business formation and following, dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's. And you're like, damn, I got all these loops I got to jump through. Okay, it could be that, or it could just be like, okay, what are your own moral codes and ethics? Follow those rules. Don't let anybody, put you in a position where you compromise your integrity, right? It's certain shit you will do, certain shit you won't do. You know how far things should go, and how far you're willing to take it and how far you're not. Don't let anybody compromise that. Don't let anybody, push you off a track where you violating your own rules that you set for yourself, all right? So that's what I got for you, the Gods of Fire. I hope that this provided some clarity or insight, gave you something to think about so that you can make the best decisions for you. If you need a personal, my information is in the box below. I appreciate you checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you'll know when I post the next reading. Thank you for checking out the video again. And I wish you guys the best. Take care, Gods of Fire.